Alright, this is a lesson on Windy and Warm, a medley version I played quite a while ago. And in the video description below you will find a link to the full performance which I did. And you will also find a link to the tablature. And let's go over it. And I'm in standard tuning, of course, and here are my E strings. By the way, the version I'm playing is based on Marcel Dadi, the French guitarist who died quite a while ago in a plane crash. On this LP you will find it, and it came, like most of Marcel Dadi's LPs, with a tablature booklet. More information also in the video description. So let's start with the introduction. So that's the first part, well, with the first ending. And you notice that I added two things, well, differently. The first note of the ending is not an open note, but I play the harmonic on the 5th string. And at the end of the first ending, instead of playing simply the chords, the E7, I played tremolo, and you can do that with 3 fingers. If you're not able to do it, you can do it with 2 fingers. That's much easier. And I played with bass. Then we'll play it once more. And then the second ending. And instead of playing the chords, I played some artificial harmonics like this. Well, you know, of course, natural harmonics at the 12th fret. Artificial harmonics, well, more or less the same. You can do that with your index finger touching the 12th fret, and your thumb picks the string behind your touching finger. That's at the 12th fret. Those are natural harmonics. And artificial harmonics is when you play chords and you play the harmonics, and in this case a minor chord with 1st fret 2nd string, 2nd fret 3rd and 4th string. You have to play that higher than the natural harmonics. And in this case, for the 2nd string, it would be the 13th fret. 12 doesn't work here. For the 3rd and the 4th string would be the 14th fret. So the chord played open, 14th, 14th, open, 13th fret, and there. So let's do it again. Open, 3rd fret, 1st string, and slide up. And then we're starting with the A minor chord. 7, 10, 9, 10. So you see that the index finger is doing some work here. Plays all the melody notes. Those are all played with the index finger. And now we're going to we're simply adding the thumb for the C chord. Yeah, by the way, in the tab you will find the European notation of the chords, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And in Europe they don't use the letters C for do, E for mi, and so on. If you don't know that, just Google it and you will find what is what. So we have an C chord here, back to our A minor, and E7 chord, slide down, and 9th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret. Again the A minor. And here we have a mistake in the tablature, I'm seeing that. So the second line, measure 1, 2, 3, 4, the last note should be a 9 on the third string instead of the second string, which is indicated in the tab. So it's that. Alright, that whole section again. And then we have a variation of the typical windy and warm signature licks, which are simply in the, you stay in the A minor chord, but here we're going and so on. So we are at the third line of the tab. And then I'm changing to the F6 chord. One more time. You see that? You have that nice understated slides to the, from the third fret to the fourth fret on the fourth string. So we are at the fourth line of the tab now, the second measure. And here we go into a G9 chord. And you notice I'm playing that with two fingers, those notes, those double stops on the first and second string. And now I'm simplifying things because what's in the tab is really difficult to play. So we're not going to break our head over that. And what I'm doing is I keep for two measures in the C, the next two measures in C, a simple alternating bass. Like that. So that's what I play in the fourth line, the last two measures. And the first half of the fifth line of the tab. So that's why I don't bother with the double stop with the second and the third string, fourth fret. I don't play either the third fret on the second string, but I do play with my two fingers the two strings, first and second string, and when I'm playing the fourth fret second string, I play the open third string. Then we're going to the F. I play that with a temp rap. I think a bar chord will not work here for the open first string in the third beat. And I'm fretting here. I think that's easier for the things that come behind it. After it, by the way. I'm fretting with my index finger. I'm placing it between the strings. But I'm fretting, in that case, the first and the second string on the first fret. That's easier than a half bar and then going to the open first string. And then to D minor. And here I'm doing also something different than in the tab. I'm simply playing the E chord. And the last note is the third string, sorry, the second string, third fret bend. And wait a little while and then play the theme again. Alright, and then we're going to the second song in this medley, and that's the tab for I Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow, which I think is a good idea. And that's what we play between, well, let's say the transition. And so on. So I'm playing slightly different what's in a tab. In a tab it's like this. What I'm doing is and the pattern of the alternating bass, which in this case is between 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 5, 4, 6, 4, like that. And well, it may end up slightly different. That's nothing to worry about. What's also important in this part of the song is the second and the fourth beat. You see, we're fretting the A6 chord, and it's important that in the second and the fourth beat, when you play the fourth string, that the strings under that also ring a bit. Slightly muffled, but there should be you should hear them. If I wouldn't do that, it would sound like this. It's only the bass. That's well, a very important part in the style of Chet Atkins playing, that he accents those beats and with the chord that is played, and so you hear the other strings as well. So we're going to a E chord, and then to our A minor, our signature, and then we're going to a D chord and a G chord. Sorry. And then you go back to our signature theme. So I ain't gonna work tomorrow, slightly slower. And notice that when I'm going to that D chords, I'm leaving the muffled parts of the basses. See, just a little bit of dynamics there. Okay, then we're going to another version. And there in the tab, I didn't play the whole thing there. That's the typical, let's say, the archetype version of Windian 1. there I play, since I played already the medley version with the F chord, I didn't repeat that. But I used the parts at the third line of the tab after A, B. Sorry. Back to the theme. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding to the G chord. It's a full bar and I'm fretting the third string on the 4th fret. The C9 chord. F chord. And here you'll better grab the barred chord, the barred form, because the slide to the 4th fret is slightly easier when you bar than when you use the half, the thumb wrap chord. D minor. And here again I'm doing the, what I did before with the E chord. And back to the theme. And then of course you can repeat that or play that section again to make the song a little bit longer. And finally I did, well, a variation. I can't really remember what I did, but in the tab 1, 2, 3, the 4th line after A, B again, what I did is something like this. Again. So I'm not playing exactly what's in the tab there, but what I'm doing is something in between, rocking between the long A chord and the A7. Then to the E. And you can either do the alternating bass 5-4, 5-4 or 5-4, 6-4, 5-4, 6-4, whatever you want there. And I'm doing open in between the chords. That's on the last line of the tab. And if you want to, well, be a showman, you can do here I'm rocking between A minor and E minor and adding the pinky to the 2nd fret 1st string. Doing that twice and then that I'm doing 3 times. Well, there you go. It's a E minor, and then A minor on the 5th fret. So that's it for Windy and Warm. Have fun with it.